What it is, your boy LB, here at Box Talk. Want you all to tune in. I got a new channel coming up, fantasy fights. You know, we're going to talk about while styles make fights, certain styles that add up, what would have happened. But just for the sake of it, I'm going to talk about some fights that I see coming up and the style matchup. One interesting fight would be Rigo versus Lomachenko, and I know we all talking about it, but why all we talking about it? And you got your casual boxing fans, you got your hardcore boxing fans, and we're talking about it because the styles. One thing showing Lomachenko in his last fight, he got touched up a little bit, but he's known for making people quit on the stool, which is hard. Like, people don't understand. More as a fighter, you rather go out on your shield than be a quitter. And somehow he's overwhelmed people so much, even for the low caliber. We're not saying that these are high caliber fighters, but some of them are damn good. I mean, Walters was pretty good. So he's over even Russell. Those guys were good, but he's overwhelmed them. And his last couple of fights, he's made people quit on their stool, and that's terrible. It's hard for any promoter to want to touch you again after you done quit. So you rather get knocked out, train harder, and go with the comeback kid story. But Lomachenko Rigo is such an interesting fight. It's because of the styles of defense and attacks, and they're both southpaws. So this kind of neutralizes a little some of what Lomachenko can do. Like, as a southpaw, since his right is facing your left, it's easy for a southpaw to disappear out of sight on the orthodox fighter. So here, I'm a southpaw guy, and this is the orthodox guy. It's easy to get out of this range of sight easier, and it allows Lomachenko to do a lot of his disappearing tricks. Now, once he faces another southpaw, it's going to be back to equal, where now when you do this trick here, if you go that way, you're going to be going towards Rigo's left hand, and Rigo has a viper-like left hand. I mean, it's a viper. And it packs a little punch to it too, and it's a viper. So that can neutralize some of his footwork. And Rigo does this crawl move, which is one of the best crawls I've seen in a long time. I mean, he's taken the crawl move and just added something different to it, where he can crawl under the left hand. And that right there will also neutralize a lot of Lomachenko's cutting to that angle. And when he cuts to that angle, sometimes he pulls out with his hands down, which in his last fight we've seen he can get caught. But in Lomachenko's defense, he punches more. He works more. Rigo is like a sniper. Lomachenko is like a gunner. And even though he's a gunner, he's pretty accurate. So he's like, and you, bop, bop. So your little two shots to his shots, even though they could be kind of accurate, he's going to be laying more leather. And that can give Lomachenko the edge in the Rigo fight. And the fact that he is bigger, and Rigo would have to jump a lot of weight classes to get there. And I think, Rigo, as bad as he wants that fight, is he's giving away a lot in weight. And so some people would go with Lomachenko with everything I said, but I go with Rigo just because I love Rigo, and his defense is true. He also has a truer defense, way stronger defense than Lomachenko. So some of that work that Lomachenko does can be thrown off. So who would I go with in Rigo? Lomachenko would be Rigo, but you have to look at both points and see that they do have very good, what they do very well. And if one person is off that night, that's where it's going to go to, because it's going to be a chess match like we've never seen before. And I hope the fight happens. You know, I would love to see it, but I still also think that Rigondeaux jumping that many weight classes is giving away a little too much to Lomachenko. But let's see what happens. But my money's on Rigondeaux. It's your boy.